Alright, welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started on a Nuclear Fallout. Alright, first thing we're gonna do here is we're actually going to have some nuclear territory be um cleared up a little bit, and nuclear fallout's just going to hit a little bit less in Africa and Arabia, but the nuclear fallout's still really big in the mutated area. But other than that, let's go ahead and see this. Alright, here we see this land in South America get denuclearized a bit and cleared up. Mainly just this land over here in this area, but a little bit of the Caribbean. But here we also see this area in Africa and a little bit in the Middle East, which they don't know about this, but nuclear non-nuclear territory is actually very harmful for these mutants, since they get their energy through radiation and they're stronger during radiated areas. But we also see a little bit in Greenland, so let's go ahead and see that. First thing we're actually going to see here is this Turkish area be sort of, since there is Russia nearby, Russia has tons of nukes, so we actually see areas near Russia start mutating and all that. Sorry about that little problem with my mic, but I went ahead and fixed it. But here we actually see this mutated country pop up in this area, so let's go ahead and draw its border. This is going to be the new Crimean mutant country, and it's just going to be situated on the Black Sea. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But they're just going to be sitting there. Now, the Black Sea did change a lot from when we saw it last. And this is honestly my favorite Europe that I've ever worked on. So I want to do a lot with Europe, but I also don't want to do too much. Sort of focus on other continents more. I don't know what I'm going to do with some of these other continents, but I also need to make a little bit of land rising up. So if y'all have any ideas on that, it's my first time. It's y'all's first time watching this. Any land changes y'all want me to make, I will make them. Top comment actually gets to do that. Let's say that. But other than that, let's go ahead and look at civilization. Oh, and this is the province map. That's my bad. I accidentally turned that on. And we also got religion map, which is a little weird because now we got mutated religions existing in the world. My previous Wixo was decent, but let's go ahead and see this. Now, all nations here are socialist except for the mutated ones. They can support a capitalist economy because they're not struggling for food. Actually, food is almost inexistent for them. They don't eat like normal people. But they do hunt and sort of like farm a little bit. They hunt other mutated animals sometimes when they aren't getting enough energy from their mutated areas, like this country who is slowly losing their mutated energy that they're gaining, and they're finding other ways to sort of make food, make energy to survive. But it's really becoming hard for them, so countries like that would be slowly dying out in the future. But if they find a way to make nuclear energy without using anything like that, and early on, would actually accelerate them further on, and then they would overtake humans. But I'm gonna just expand this nation a little bit, and let's see that, and I'll also explore a little bit more. But Africa is a lot much greener in this universe. Well, nothing's really green, but this is greener than most places on Earth. But that's because Africa was least affected by the nuclear radiation. But let's go ahead and see this country expand. This is going to be the expansion that the purple team does, making them the largest human country that we have here. And let's go ahead and see the Ethiopian socialists expand. So unlike the purple team, they weren't an up and coming country. They were actually starting to really develop themselves before the nuclear fallout, so they're going to expand a lot more than the Nigerian socialists. They're going to take all of the Horn of Africa, really expanding them, making them one of the largest nation, if I'm not mistaken. But we do have some people who are like, man, I don't know about socialism. We had it for the old world, and the old world went away. So we're actually going to see a religious group break away from them. And I haven't updated this, but it will be matching, so let me do that real quick. Alright, I just moved the borders on here. Now, let's go ahead and see our first breakaway religion on this map. This is going to be the new blue religion, and first we actually see the red religion actually genociding all of these blue religion people, just trying to show that they're dominant and that their original religion is better. And this blue religion's mainly just going to be kicked out. But then they're going to be like, hey, let's do some fighting back. We have lots of population, but they're slowly killing us off. So they're going to do just that, fighting back, killing off red team religion people. And they're going to actually form a country, so let's go ahead and see that. As we can see here, this doesn't really fully line up with the religious borders, so we do see a slow genocide of the people on the blue team living on the red team border. But this is just going to be the border, and this is the first rebellion away from any other country that actually successfully revolted. And they're going to be not communists, but they're socialists with more capitalistic values implemented. Now, this country over here, it's completely 100% new. Wait, I gotta color this country different. That's my bad. This will be the orange country. Yeah, orange country. So let's color it on both maps, and we're done. That's the orange country and orange religion. Now this country down here is actually going to explore a little bit. They got one of the less affected areas, which is actually very good for them. Which that doesn't mean they're going to expand fast, since they do have no past or previous encounters with other civilizations. They're rookieing this. They don't know what they're doing. They have no access to talking to anyone else but themselves. So they're just going to expand down here and sort of not colonize, but expand into the coast. Now, what they're going to do that's different is they're going to be on the coast, mainly fishing. Now, fishing's actually less affected in this area, but you can't fish in regions closer to the equator, like in Africa. They're close to the equator, but they're far enough from it that they aren't affected as much. But other than that, I don't know what we're gonna do with this series. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to do this series, but all I know that I'm gonna do it. And let's go ahead and see the waters that every country has explored, and I also gotta show the explored territory for this country. This is going to be the explored territory for this country, and this is going to be the sea territory explored for that country. Now let's go ahead and make the sea explored territory for this country. This is the new explored sea territory for this country, and I'm also going to do the Ethiopian socialists and the capitalistic socialists over here. So since the Ethiopian socialists recently had this rebellion, they're actually going to implement more capitalistic ideas from previous nations that this nation over here is currently implementing. But this is the sea explored territory for that country too. And then let's go ahead and make this sea territory explored for the blue blue Uruguay country. Yeah. Blue Uruguay country. I don't know if this country's socialist or not. Actually, y'all decided if this country's socialist or not. I want to say it's tribal, and then it will make an ideology soon. But right now, it's just hunter-gatherers. Sort of can't do nothing else other than that because they don't have agriculture yet. And they're much less advanced than these countries over here. So this is going to be it for that, and I gotta fix up this. So I accidentally put this non-aligning on, so that's why this looks so bad. But I will be fixing that, so they're just going to explore a little bit, and I'm going to use the brush tool, that way fixes. And they're also going to explore a little bit, expand a little bit. So let's go ahead and see that. And this is just going to help fix this. I'm doing this because I wanted them to expand too. So let's go ahead and fix up this border too. So this is going to be the map for today's episode. We did see a little bit of expansion. I'll show the expansion next episode. But I'm gonna go eat after this, and one major thing I want to talk about is I will start putting my face in my videos as soon as I hit 200 subscribers. So do share this video, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and just show me some love. Um, I really want to reach 200 subs, and I already have a system where I can put in my face. So as soon as I hit 200 subs, I will be putting my face into my YouTube videos. Now that will be it for today's episode. Have a good day.